Hello. Let's see how we can simplify this expression and get x plus 3 over x to the 1/2. In this expression we have two sets of parentheses, and inside these parentheses we have x with a negative exponent. We will start by moving this x to the denominator so that this exponent becomes positive. So then we will have 12 plus x to the 1/2 minus 3 over x to the 1/2 all squared, then to the 1/2. First, notice that I did not move 3 down because only x has a negative exponent. Also, we cannot multiply these two exponents yet because inside these parentheses we have a sum and we can't just take a term and raise it to an exponent. Instead, we will start by writing this expression as a single fraction. If we write the first term over 1, then we can say that the least common denominator is x to the 1/2. So then we will have 12 plus x to the 1/2 over 1. Then we will multiply both the numerator and the denominator by x to the 1/2. Then we will continue with minus 3 over x to the 1/2 squared and to the 1/2. Then this equals 12 plus, then here when we multiply we need to add the exponents, and 1/2 plus 1/2 is 1. So we will have x to the first power, or just x, over x to the 1/2 minus 3 over x to the 1/2 all squared, then to the 1/2. And now once we have the same denominator, we can write these two fractions as a single fraction. So we will get 12 plus x minus 3 over x to the 1/2 squared to the 1/2. Now, when a fraction is raised to an exponent, we can raise the numerator to this exponent and then the denominator to the same exponent. If we do that, then we will have 12 plus, then we will start a fraction, and in the numerator we will have x minus 3 squared, and in the denominator, when we raise x to the 1/2 to the second power, we need to multiply these two exponents. And 1/2 times 2 is 1. So in the denominator we will have x to the first power, or just x. Then all this will be raised to the 1/2. Now here we have a binomial x minus 3 to the second power. Now to raise this binomial to the second power, we will use the formula a minus b squared equals a squared minus 2ab plus b squared. So let's bring down 12 plus, start a fraction. Then according to this formula, first we will raise x to the second power minus, then to get 2 times a times b, we need to multiply 2 times x times 3, which is 6x. So we will subtract 6x, then we will raise 3 to the second power, and that will be 9. Then we will keep x in the denominator, and all this raised to the 1/2. Now, in this sum, if we write 12 as a fraction, 12 over 1, then we can say that the least common denominator of these two fractions is x. So we will take 12 and multiply both the numerator and the denominator by x. Then we will continue with plus x squared minus 6x plus 9 over x all to the 1/2. And now, once we have the same denominator, we can write these two fractions as a single fraction. So now we will have 12x plus x squared minus 6x plus 9 over x to the 1/2. Then in the numerator we will subtract 12x minus 6x, and we will have x squared. Then 12x minus 6x is plus 6x plus 9 over x to the 1/2. And now what we have in the numerator is a perfect square trinomial. And according to this formula, we can write this trinomial as a square of a sum. If you find this formula a little bit complicated, then think about factoring this trinomial by finding two numbers whose sum is 6 and whose product is 9. Those two numbers will be 3 and 3. So you can factor that trinomial as x plus 3 times another x plus 3, or x plus 3 squared. And we still have x in the denominator, all this raised to the 1/2. And now again we have a fraction raised to an exponent, and we can raise the numerator to this exponent, then the denominator to the same exponent. When we raise the numerator to the 1/2, these two exponents need to be multiplied. And 2 times 1/2 is 1, so now in the numerator we have x plus 3 to the first power, which is just x plus 3. And if we raise x to the 1/2, then we get exactly the answer above. I hope you enjoyed this problem, and thank you for watching.